Hi friends, this is Susie, your Candy Crush guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 899, where we have 40 moves to collect 150,000 points to get 1 star. So this is simply a points level. That's all we need to do. However, there are a few things in here that are going to help us. The popcorn will turn into color bombs. Those are the best point makers. It used to be, I would say, that you'd want to combine it with a wrapped candy if you could, but now an individually colored candy is better because the wrapped candies work differently than they used to. I'll explain that a little as we go. And then also we've got these UFOs. Now, in and of themselves, they do create some points for us, but really we're going to hope that they're going to help us to open up these popcorn. That's what we're going to use them for. So here I can make a color bomb right away. That's going to be a good point getter for us. Now in the initial stages, if I can get this combined with a striped candy, even though it's not my best point getter and it's not best for creating more color bombs, which is how I would obtain points, it will help me to open up some of the popcorn and the UFOs, and so that's what I'm going for now. Now I talked about the striped candies, or the wrapped candies. It used to be that the wrapped candies with a color bomb would take out all of the color you combined it with, plus all of an additional color. These days, however, that's not the case. It takes out, here I'm going to let this tick by one more and match this with green because there's a lot of green on the board. Instead, it changes all of that color into wrapped candies, and it obliterates the entire board. Here, when I take out one color and one color only, it concentrates the colors left on the board and it allows me to make more specials, and that's what I want to have done. Okay, now I've made a few specials. Now I think is the time to go ahead and use this UFO. I can match it with any candy. It doesn't help to match it with a special. But now it's going to be instrumental in opening up this UFO and then opening up the rest of these popcorn to make color bombs, or some of the rest of them. Alright, so you can see we've got a few points now to our advantage, and we're going to just keep working on trying to create opportunities to make more of these wonderful things. You'll see I was putting some green together on that board, but now I see I can do this. And again, the concentration of colors is pretty wonderful. So I'm going to take out all blue instead of making that striped candy. That concentrates the colors. Now I only have a few blue that have dropped in, and everything else is the other colors on the board, so I can work on trying to make some specials. Now I see striped candy right here. When I see striped, I wonder how difficult it would be for me to put a red right here to make a color bomb. It's probably going to be a little tough because as the conveyor belt moves, it might shift things and drop everything out. But while I have the opportunity, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to keep working on it. Yeah, see, there we go. The other opportunity was lying directly on the conveyor belt. Well, and still, as long as we're watchful, sometimes we get rewarded anyway. So the one above the conveyor belt was only slightly better to go for than the one directly on the conveyor belt. Now, let's take out all orange. There's quite a bit of orange on the board. There's quite a bit of green too. That was a toss-up. I like to go with the one that has the most on the board. But when they're that closely matched, I don't need to worry about counting them specifically. Maybe if I were toward the end and I only, I needed just a few points and I needed to make sure I achieved it, I might. Okay, so again, here we go. Opportunity to make a color bomb potentially, especially if I can get things to tick along this conveyor belt. But the conveyor belt itself is the problem, because it'll probably match up too much for me. Let's make some cascades here while we can. Oh, there we go. We got it to work. And now I will contemplate, here, well, let's drop this down, whether I want to try to pair this up with a striped candy or some other special to access the rest of these color bombs. Because I still have 3 color bombs in disguise as popcorn, and those could prove very beneficial for me. more beneficial than just using one against a single color. Although, let's see. I was going to say, if I could match this with the yellow, which I could at the time, it could pop this popcorn, but it's in the wrong position because it's underneath it. It'll explode once and then drop down, and that needs to be hit twice. But this will hit this twice. Here we go. And it's okay that it automatically took out a candy. I don't mind if it detonates on its own. That's actually an efficiency of moves. I didn't have to do anything to trigger that. I'm fine with it. Now we can strike this popcorn. Ooh. I don't think that the opportunity to make a color bomb there actually existed for me. I think it was a temporary thing as things were shifting on this conveyor belt. But it's always just kind of sad to see that go. Can I try to convert this into a color bomb? I don't think so. Let's go for the stripe. Now this is just kind of stuck on its own. I'm going to go ahead and take out all orange and concentrate these colors and work on making these specials to help me. Here we go. Okay, so that's how I beat level 899. Now I still have to play out my remaining moves, but I made a star. So that's really all I needed to do in order to complete the level. If you're still struggling, don't forget that you can bring in some boosters to help you. If you bring in a color bomb right away, it may help you to open up the other color bombs, and it automatically adds to your point value. This is my first playthrough. Somebody had asked me if I can let everyone know how many times it takes me to beat these levels as I'm playing through. It's a sugar drop level for me because this is the first time I've played through, and I haven't collected my sugar drops yet in this 8-hour period. So if you want to see more videos, you can subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.